Okay, guys. Well, we're going to go over a couple things today. First thing we're going to do is we're going to take a port that I designed with my airspeed things and so forth, and trying to get my fuel to splatter in the direction I think it should splatter. And we're going to go heads up against the original die cut templates. Mopar Performance W2. 10 templates. So they're just plastic templates. See, that's lettered B. Okay. So it fits in the bowl facing the exhaust. And let's see how we do. I don't know whether you guys can see that or not. Let me change the lighting a little bit. Sorry for the jiggliness, guys. I'm trying to do too many things at once. Alright, turned off a couple lights actually. But if you can see, the shape of the bowl is really, really close. I mean, really close. I did make the roof of the bowl a little bit wider than the template. I made the guide a little bit narrower than the template. Okay, as far as the shape of the bowl, it's only paying attention to this side, so we should be close on this side. Okay, this looks pretty darn close. Let's try the next one. Okay, next one is going to be D. Let's try that. Okay. Looks pretty darn close. Yes, I made the roof of the bowl a touch deeper. But the shape is pretty close. Actually, I made it a touch wider at the very bottom, or at the top, it should be said. I gave it a little more area than this port plate. Now, what should these heads do with cut for these? I don't have any idea. I don't have any idea. Now, these are going to be changed because yesterday Rob and I started putting guides in here, so these are going to get a little bit bigger valve seats. These valve seats only measured 194 on a 202 valve. So we're going to bring it out to a 208, I believe. I'm going to fit it all up. Since I've got the guides done in one head, I have some Chevy stuff that's that big. We can make sure we got enough clearance to run that. Okay, see? That is the back of the bowl. Okay. Now I took very little metal off the back of that bowl because I know what blowing that out, how that changes the flow curve. So I don't like when guys take a lot of metal out of the back of the bowl unless it's a very high RPM application. These are going to be pretty high RPM. But still, it looks like we got that shape pretty close. Okay, A1 looks like the short side. Let's take a look and see how we did on the short side. Short side's critical, so let's see how I did. A little tough to see. But the shape of that looks right on the money. Yeah, it looks like they have the short side coming out into the bowl a touch more than me, and I took very little off of these. So that's kind of interesting. Okay, this is port plate A2, which measures our roof height. I made it just a touch taller than the plate says to make it. Okay, let's do this F template and see how it fits. Okay, it looks like I made that exhaust roof a touch deeper and that outside wall a touch wider. Okay, we'll try the inside of the bowl on the exhaust next. H. Okay, I'm pretty much right on the money. You know, I probably should have showed you the way they fit into the top of the bowl, because that's really, really critical. And I'm hoping you guys can see that. That's right on the money. Let's put the last plate back in and take a look at the top of that bowl. Okay. I mean, it would have made life a lot easier if I had had these templates to begin with, but I'm so stubborn I probably wouldn't have followed them because that's just the way I am. But I do find it very, very interesting that these port plates, these die-cut templates were designed for very high RPM applications with this head, and they're very, very close to what I developed with my airspeed technique. I'm pretty happy about it, actually. Okay, we're going to do E, which is the back of the bowl. Let's see how we did. Okay, back of the bowl fits like a glove. No complaints from me. Okay, we've got G1 and G2. G1 is the short side radius, which is critical on any head. And G2 gives the curve to the floor, to the roof of the exhaust port. Let's take a look at them. Okay, first one that we have a discrepancy. Notice it's a little bent because I have the throat a little bit tight. And what's happening is it's actually, you know what, I didn't think of it, but these have already been, I've already started putting bronze in here, so the guide is slightly smaller. But this, in any case, the throat ratio is very small on these. It's like 82%. I was thinking of opening the throat up a little more than 82. My go-to number on exhaust throat is 86. So I was going to do some more work to these throats. But if you take a look at that plate and the basic shape of that short side, we're pretty darn close. Okay, and this is the plate that shows how to do the guide going into the roof. Okay, kind of like how we did the intake bowl. I made the roof just a touch tighter, higher, and it looks like I've got a pretty good take on the shape of that boss. In any case, I thought it was interesting as hell. I went through them all with Rob. Rob doesn't impress easy though, which is okay. I think he's all right with me. In any case, he's got a bunch of other stuff for us to work on after we're done playing with these. And this is actually a really cool setup for Mopar Performance. You know, if you didn't know anything about porting and you just made the shapes like they specify, you'd be in pretty good shape. I mean, I don't know how accurate this little drawing is, but it's saying that center divider there between the intake and exhaust port is almost completely solid. That's good and it's bad, right guys? It's good because you can shape the bowls the way you want to. It's bad because sometimes you put too much cast iron together like that. And high heat on one side, low heat on the other side, it can cause cracking issues. But I haven't heard about these W2s cracking like that. Should show you their drawing shapes. Looks good to me. Looks good to me. Now, if you can tell by that chamber, right, that's the open chamber design. You can tell by that little lip right here, right? And it comes with 4 pages of instructions. It tells you what Makita die grinder to buy, which burr, oval shaped burr, 1/2 inch shank, for cutting aluminum. Isn't that interesting, even though these are iron? Spray a wax lubricant, pretty intense actually. I don't know if I'll get in any trouble for copying this, but I might, so I'm only going to show you the first page. Alright guys, I thought it was pretty darn interesting. I'm sure there's more information available somewhere on this, but it was brand new, unopened package, and I really liked it. I really liked it a lot. Alright guys, thanks for hanging out. Have a good night.